Don, how does Somnisure work?
Okay, well, Somnisure is all about getting a good night's sleep. And when you don't sleep, there's not much else that I can do to help you if you're not sleeping. You're going to gain weight. Do you know that not sleeping, being sleep deprived, has been shown to contribute to the development of type 2 diabetes? Just like messing with your big hormones that I talked all about, not sleeping is a type of stress that's just as bad, if not worse, as all the other stress that you're having in your life. And, you know, so many women are getting these miserable night's sleep and getting up the next day and trying to do it all over again, right? Ugh. If I could do one thing, and that's all in my life, I was given one job to do, it would be to help people sleep better, because sleep is Mother Nature's medicine. That is what really heals and really gets people on top of their game. So here's the problem with sleep. Number one, the natural remedies that are out there right now, they're just not effective. I've been studying it for a long time, and I've interviewed a lot of the top sleep researchers, and we just don't have really good, or we didn't have really good quality natural compounds to help with sleep. The other side of it is you got sleep drugs. These are, if I could say one thing to people, it would be don't get hooked on these drugs, because not only are they horrendous with their side effects, but they create something called rebound insomnia, meaning you depend on them more and more and more, and then as soon as you go off them, it's impossible to get to sleep then. Here's the problem with sleep in most people. I talk all about the big hormones. One of those big hormones is called cortisol. Cortisol rises in the morning, and that's why you wake up. Cortisol falls in the evening, and that's why you go to sleep. People have told us that, oh, you hear things like melatonin is the sleep hormone. Melatonin is like a firecracker, and cortisol is like a nuclear bomb. That's the difference between the two. Cortisol is so much more powerful. So what's happening is we think that if we give somebody something that helps the process of falling asleep, that's going to work. Cortisol is too powerful. Cortisol is the thing that's keeping you awake. The problem with people not sleeping today is they're stressed, their cortisol levels have gone up, their rhythms are screwed up now, and the cortisol levels are too high at a time when they should be falling. They're actually elevated. And there is no way you're going to fall asleep or stay asleep if you have elevated cortisol levels. What happens to people when they're awake like that and they're laying in bed, you know, counting sheep or whatever? Their brain is just spinning on all kinds of thoughts, and that's cortisol keeping you active and awake. Some people can't get to sleep, some people fall asleep, and then bing, they wake up 2 or 3 hours later. Both predominantly caused by cortisol. Somnisure has an active ingredient in it that is the only thing that I know that's effective enough to help lower these cortisol levels down to a place where you can actually reestablish a new rhythm. And when you lay down and put your head on that pillow to go to sleep, your brain is not going to be spinning. You're not going to be constantly stimulating new thoughts and worrying about the things that you're supposed to do the next day and all that. It calms it down enough to where cortisol levels get low enough, then the melatonin can have its effect on you, and then you can fall asleep. The great thing about Somnisure is the ingredients, and remember, in one of the videos I talked about this thing called a therapeutic stack. All my products, no matter what they are going to contain a therapeutic stack, because I don't believe that one ingredient can handle a multifaceted problem. So we put different ingredients in, but the value and the great thing about Somnisure is it has an ingredient in it that companies that are really produce good quality things have been able to patent them now. And so when you get these patented ingredients, that means other people can't knock them off. And in order for me to be able to buy that ingredient, what I have to do is I have to sign a contract that says I will put the optimal dose of the ingredient in. And I love that they hold me to the fire, because they don't want their ingredient out there getting bastardized by people that are willing to put less in just to make more money. So I love the fact that our feet are held to the fire. But that ingredient is the most powerful ingredient known. And it comes from a plant called Melissa officinalis, which is actually a form of lemon balm. And they extracted multiple compounds out of there, and the relaxation response that occurs as a result of that is I have never seen anything work so well to help people go to sleep than that ingredient that's in Somnissure. It is absolutely fantastic, and if there is one thing that I could recommend if someone's not sleeping, it would be take this, end of story.